folks. I know that we hold a balance between quality of life and also business and progress forward every day. And it's my opinion that citrus grove is a business right there. The place that they were gonna put the tower, there are no trees, and I'm sure that's the reason for the strategic place that they wanna put the tower. Now, they have conceded, if I'm correct, they've conceded to move it 500 feet. Now, the thing about moving that thing 500 feet is I think that's a very good gesture of the applicant to do that. But also keep in mind that each one of those trees are a moneymaker, and when you move those trees to put a tower there, that is gonna be lost income into perpetuity right there. However, the tower will replace it. I agree with the tower is gonna replace it, but if you look at the parcel as a whole though, you know, them conceding that is, in my opinion, a nice gesture. I don't have any personal problems with the tower falling on the house or anything like that. I think that the engineering suffices for that. I can't see of any health risk. I'm also a licensed real estate broker, and I can tell you that I've never, as of yet, I'm not saying it won't happen, but I have yet to be told that I don't want a house because of a cell tower. I did hear that, but I can't either remember selling a house near a cell tower that I recall. So that statement may be worthless right there. So, right, but I'm just being as truthful and honest as I can with you. So, but you know, at the end of the day, I think that sending this back to planning and zoning is just kicking a can. I think we can make a decision here, whatever that may be. But those are my opinions, and if y'all would like to go further, I'm listening.
I got some opinions, I don't wanna kick the can at all, but the gentleman brought up some good points. The other gentleman, you know, they had me going one way, then they had me going back the other way, so it's a tough one. And I feel like you got two parties, and one of us is gonna be mad, and I don't want y'all to be mad, your neighbors. And it sounded like there was a possibility of working it out. I know you said there's discussion of 500, but maybe there's discussion across the road. I don't know, maybe there's something that could be worked out there. And since we don't have a proper suggestion, recommendation from planning and zoning, and there might be an option to work together, perhaps y'all can get along and come back another time. And if we're changing the spot of the tower, this is not really even what we're voting on.
Well, we can adjust the footage to make it 500 feet if we choose to make a decision this evening.
Mr. Chair?
Yes, ma'am.
I appreciate the gesture as well. I'm looking at the aerial now. I don't know how old this aerial is, but I'm looking at the aerial, and I'm seeing very scattered trees in that parcel. So I don't know that there's a lot of income that they're forfeiting on the existing growth. I don't know that there is. But I do think it's a good gesture that they're willing to move that. If you went across the road, then you're looking at setbacks again. You've got the house down that corner, and you've got a house over here on on the east side. So, I don't think we want to kick the can down the road. I think we need to make a decision and go with it.
Well, any other commissioners have any other comments?
I think if we make a decision tonight, I mean, if we send it back to the zoning board, we'll see it back here very similar to what it looks like now, I'm afraid. Except it'll probably come with a denial. That's the way I feel. And having been there, I can almost guarantee that, so. I think, my opinion is 500 feet is a reasonable approach. I do think we should send, to the zoning boards, we need to come up with some rules. I don't know, I'll be honest with you, I'm not sure, kind of wavering on what those might look, but I think we need to address it and get something back for us, because this is going to proliferate without question.
Well, maybe they're not satisfactory for every circumstance, but that's what the rules that we have, of course, that's what they're in place for.
Right.
That is basically a mitigation point at where we're at right now.
Right.
If they're not satisfactory, then maybe that's something we need to talk about.
I'd just like to avoid, having to spend this amount of time on every tower that comes through, because I'm afraid that's what might happen if we don't come up with some kind of standards.
Mr. Chairman, and we're taxed with the decision tonight of what we have in front of us, the current regulations.
Current code.
The current code, and that's not only been pointed out to us, but that's what we have.
That's exactly right. And the applicant does move forward based on what the code is and whether or not they can, meet those regulations when they go, they refuse to move forward.
And if we see that we need to revise that plan and revisit it, so be it, but what we have, what we're taxed with tonight is what's in front of us.
Okay, if there are, this is agenda item number 17-05. If we don't have any other comments, it's time for a motion.
I still think that, it doesn't sound like 500 feet is going to be enough for the people in the house. It sounds like it's gonna take something more than that. You know, looking at the aerial, you could go another 400 feet, and you're still not going to disrupt that many trees. And I just think it can be worked out on that particular piece of land, just by listening to the attorney tonight for the applicant. I think there can be a meeting of minds. What that is, I don't know, and maybe there can't be, but, I mean, that's my opinion.
If we go with a condition of 500 feet, from the east and the south property lines, that's gonna put it, I'm just guessing, 600 plus feet from the house. I'm just guessing.
That house is almost on that.
Well, 500 feet north of the south property line and 500 feet east of the west property line is going to, it's gonna be more than 500 feet to that. It may be as much as 600. But you gotta be careful, because there's two houses to the east that we don't.
Correct.
So the parcel width is 1320. So they got a little bit to work with. I'm ready to make a motion if anybody wants to.
I'm listening.
Mr. Chairman, motion to approve with the additional condition of 500 foot setback from the west, south,